So let's fact-check a meme about Christian persecution from the biblical scholars at cracked.com. It says, early Christians were fed to lions in the Colosseum. It's one of the earliest, most terrifying examples of Christian persecution and martyrdom. Actually, no, it never happened. Not a single legitimate record exists of the Romans executing any Christians in the Colosseum. It would have been impossible because at the time Nero was persecuting Christians, the Colosseum hadn't been built yet. By the time it was complete, Rome had gotten used to the idea of Christianity. Unsurprisingly, most of this meme is false. The only completely true statement is the one that says the Colosseum had not been built when Nero was persecuting Christians. So, Nero's persecutions occurred around AD 64 and he died in AD 68. The Colosseum was completed in AD 80, so Nero couldn't have killed Christians there, although he did kill them in other places, and Christians were publicly martyred elsewhere. The meme says that by the time the Colosseum was complete, Rome had gotten used to Christianity, but this is laughably false. Christians faced intermittent persecutions during the first 3 centuries AD. It happened under emperors like Domitian, Trajan, Marcus Aurelius, Decius, Valerian, and Diocletian. Around AD 112, Emperor Trajan instructed the Roman governor Pliny the Younger not to hunt Christians down as he had been doing, but if any Christians were brought to him, he should give them the opportunity to renounce their faith or else put them to death. In the reigns of Decius and Valerian, there were laws that compelled Roman subjects to offer sacrifices to the gods of Rome. Christians were not specifically targeted, but they were included. Valerian explicitly targeted Christian leaders. In 257, he issued an edict that made being a Christian punishable by exile or by being condemned to work in the mines. The next year, he issued another edict making Christianity punishable by death. The final persecution under Diocletian was the worst one. He destroyed copies of Christian scripture, demolished churches, revoked Roman citizenship of Christians, and forced them to make sacrifices to the Roman gods or else be imprisoned or executed. We know that Christianity wasn't formally accepted by the Roman Empire until the Edict of Milan in 313, and at various times during the first 3 centuries, Christians who were discovered by authorities could be executed. But not all persecution was deadly. There were examples of fines, imprisonments, and social marginalization, economic penalties, torture, and mob violence. The meme also says that no records exist of Romans executing Christians in the Colosseum. This could be misleading. Christians were executed in a variety of places, including publicly by wild animals in amphitheaters. Norbert Brockman says, there seems little doubt that some Christians were executed as common criminals in the Colosseum, their crime being refusal to reverence the Roman gods. Most martyrs, however, died for their faith at the Circus Maximus. Brockman also says, the Christians who did die in the Colosseum often did so under dramatic circumstances. The hero Saint Ignatius of Antioch was sent to the beasts by Trajan in 107. Scholars generally believe that Christians were probably put to death in the Colosseum, although the evidence isn't always clear. For instance, Keith Hopkins and Mary Beard note, it is likely that Christians were put to death there and that those said to have been martyred in Rome actually died in the Colosseum. But despite what we are often told, this is only a guess. One of the possible candidates for martyrdom in the Colosseum is Saint Ignatius, a bishop of Antioch in Syria at the beginning of the 2nd century, who was condemned to the beasts at Rome. So we have to exercise caution here with the historical sources, which aren't always as detailed as we would like. But it does seem likely that at least some Christians were executed in the Colosseum, along with many other places that we do have on record. So this is a far cry from our meme, which suggests that Christianity was accepted by Rome before the end of the 1st century. Thanks to surviving records, which includes the writings of Roman emperors themselves, we know that this claim is completely false.